Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Mbadi ngolu kabiri ngali konton kabondi kibaro libela network oto kibaro network kibar bunda mu yalon ko be lorin ka Gambia dingol kalamtandi kol mu yalon ko be keri nyimbanko kan ka ta political la karola kata regional la karola sports la karola anim fanan banko dingol la tamanya nyimbanko kanjang kirimbaso mu yalon ko ka ke banko dingol la political kono ani fangol damal tema nyinkibare bunda mu yalon ko ka fay ko kibaro network be lori wo wato wolto ka jeko banko dingole kalam tandiro ke muna muy la nyanto ti nyim banko kanjang mbali tentula kali jayi kali bismillah koteke nga nyin kibaro mun tombong kibaro le muy yalon ka nene keta bari safu ko kamol hakilo bulandi dorong kol muy yalon ko le keta nyim banko kanjam faro muy yalon ko le keta kirimbaso muy yalo wala kumata mo sorongo tilimbali akono muy yalon ko wala keta yaya jamela masakunda ko do mol nata si ka foko itel wo mari wol wolle yake hanimbi ifele nyinti be tamakan nyim banko kanja be tela hajo la doli ni mul yake wol soron bantala bankol kan mbe nyinin karo kela fo adam baro la masakunda manke masakunda te mu yalon ko ay loi horma wala ay loi bunya mol mul yalon ko faro ke nyim banko kan hanimbi fele be tamakan Oya Jallow diamu tatiara si sitaje kadiamu farol mul yalon ko wolle ke tilimbali amu yalon ko wolle ka keta nyaminna ay be sata mbatala kilin ka sambali na ay kol mul yalon ko wolle keta nyimbanko kam bawa tela kumo le koita katambi kumo jamaati mu yalon ko satata ban modol be je mul yalon ko wol mutay sorong baylo wol sifal anin modol mul yalon ko be muto kono tembing bi tembeng mun kita Usman Sonko wolti Gambia mol be jang andi duntawo kirimba sifa kono hanim bi fele be da hajol tamande ka nyimbanko kan mbe dunna wo kibaro nyina kono ngajibe roke kumol mul yalon ko wolle fo wo kola msinanga jibe fo adam baro la masakunda anyanta tamandiro mun kila be wole ke kambang fo luanyin ya chafu ifangol bulolo kono mbenanga du wo kibaro kono wo kola msinanga ngajibe roke kumol mul yalon ko wolle fo tetoni njayro balatel mul kallamoy alnal badi malem pamane ala barke ba talla moy kunye mala
or there are judicial mechanisms to deal with these issues. We crave on your indulgence to allow those causes to occur as dictated by the state, and do not attack, do not humiliate, do not attempt to interfere with either the perpetrators or members of their families. We just thought we should share those thoughts. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you for that splendid reminder. And can the witness come in now?
He should be here in a moment.
He is not reluctant.
Yes, the witness is here, Mr. Chair. Yes.
I, Omar A. Jallow, do swear that I'll speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me Allah.
You may please be seated. Mr. Witness, welcome to the TRRC.
Thank you, Counsel.
Thank you for appearing voluntarily to testify about the human rights violations that you know about that occurred from July 1994 up to January 2017. But before you start your testimony, I just wish to remind you of certain provisions of the law. You have a right to remain silent. You have a right not to incriminate yourself. You also are entitled to legal advice or the assistance of counsel if you so desire. Please state for the record whether these warnings had been given to you before you appear before the commission today.
Correct.
In fact, you have signed documents showing that we have given you these warnings before, correct?
Correct, yes.
And you also indicate also whether you had been warned about the violations of human rights which you were alleged to have been involved in.
Correct.
And are you prepared to talk about those?
I am prepared.
Prior to this hearing, you have indicated that you waived your rights to silence or to not to incriminate yourself and the right to a lawyer because you want to participate in this process voluntarily. Is
Yes.
that right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Witness. So are you ready to start?
I am ready to start.
Kindly tell us your full names, please.
My name is Oya Jallow, alias Oya.
What is your date of birth?
22nd July 1972.
That is some date, Mr. Jallow. Is it coincidence or what? But 22nd July, your date of birth, and you used to defend the revolution of 22nd July. Interesting, isn't it?
Really, yes, sir.
Good. So where did you go to school?
Jawara Primary School.
Which years did you attend Jawara Primary?
1982. And I proceeded to Krewan Secondary School where I completed my schooling.
In which year did you complete?
1972.
1992.
Sorry, 92.
Exactly. It could not be the year of your birth.
Really.
Yes. So what did you do after or upon completion of secondary education?
I joined the then Gambia National Gendarmerie, which was amalgamated with the police, called the TSG.
So when did you join?
3rd July 1993.
And almost a year later, what happened?
I completed my training on the 27th May 1994, and I was deployed at Fajara Barracks
And
as a base guard.
Few weeks later, the coup d'etat occurred.
Yes.
On your birthday, July 22nd.
Yes.
And then a new government came into being.
Yes.
And where were you deployed after that?
At the State Guard.
Okay. So for how long did you work at the State Guards?
Since the 22nd July up to after the change of government.
You were a permanent fixture at State Guards?
Yes.
So during this period, did you undergo any forms of training?
Yes, I did.
Can you tell us which training you
I did the bodyguard training with the Algerians.
What's the name of the training?
Bodyguard training.
Bodyguard training with Algerians.
Yes.
When was that?
Oh, specifically, I cannot remember the year actually.
But it was before 2004, correct?
Yes.
Okay. In 2004, did you undergo any training?
Yes, the junglers training.
Can you tell us about that training?
The junglers training was conducted by a foreigner by the name Francisco Casio.
Of which nationality?
Italian.
And what did that training entail?
The training entails about terrorism, counter-terrorism, the security of a VIP.
That's all it entailed?
Yes.
Did it entail education of people?
It happens along the time.
But were you also trained to be killers?
Well, since we were trained with arms and ammunitions, actually we are trained to be killers.
Can you tell us the training you attended? This was in 2004. Which intake of the junglers was this?
The second intake of the junglers.
Do you recall who were in the first intake?
Say it again.
Do you recall who participated in the first intake of the junglers?
Ismaila Jammeh, assassin that is Senghor.
What name did you use? You said Senghor.
Lamin Senghor.
And what's the name? The alias is?
Assassin, alias Assassin.
So, okay, yes. Go
The
ahead.
late Lamin Sanyang,
Yes.
Paul Bojang,
Paul Bojang, go ahead.
Famara Kamara, Aliu Bojang. These are the people I can remember.
Do you know a person called Sol Baji?
Solbaji, I do.
Was he ever a jungler?
Yes, we trained together. The
You
second
trained
batch.
together, second batch.
Yes.
How many people were in the second batch?
The second batch, it was almost a platoon, more than a platoon, 30-something men.
That's right. So, do you know a person called Barrow?
Barrow, I do.
In which, did he also train as a jungler?
No, he didn't.
What did he train as?
As a commando.
As a commando. So your intake, it was a platoon size, you said, more than 30.
Yes.
Can you tell us the names that you can remember?
I can remember Solbaji. I can remember Umpa Mendi. I can remember Mohammed Sambu.
You can cut, I can remember. Just name the names.
Mohammed Sambu, Mbara Mboob, Ibrahim Anjay, Lamin Silla, Buba Dabo, the late Lieutenant Solomon Jamme. I think this is the few I can remember.
Upon completion of training, what happened to those who completed the training?
We were all deployed at State House under the bodyguard unit. Close protection to the former head of state, Yaya Jammeh.
Who was your immediate commander?
That was Malia Musa Jammeh, Malia Mungu.
Was there any hierarchical relationship, that is command and control relationship, between Musa Jammeh and Tumbul Tamba?
Tumbul Tamba then was the commander at Kanilai.
And what is the name of the group to which he was commander?
The patrol team.
We are trying to understand the difference between the patrol team and the junglers. Can you explain the difference to us?
You know, after the completion of the these junglers, after our completion of the training, there was this patrol team of junglers, only consist of only junglers, who were myself, Danjo, Ansu Danjo, the late Balamin.
Okay, it comprised yourself, Abdul Danjo,
Ansu
Danjo, Balamin
Sanyang.
Balamin Sanyang, proceed please.
Paul Bojang was our commander.
Paul Bojang was your commander.
Yes.
And who else?
You have Aliu Bojang.
Aliu Bojang.
You have Famara Kamara.
Famara Kamara.
And you have ML Tamba.
ML Tamba.
Modlamin Tamba.
Modlamin Tamba.
Yes.
And this patrol team, what role were you detailed to play?
We were patrolling along the side of the border between us and Casamance.
And what were you patrolling? What were you looking for during those patrols?
No, we were looking for if there are any insurgencies coming inside or any other abnormalities.
But during your training as junglers, did any incidents occur
Yes.
which highlighted what the role of the junglers would later become?
Yes.
Kindly tell us about them.
There was, during the training, at any time, we close at 4 o'clock. After closing, we do detail some elements to go on border patrol. The incident that happened was that there was one rider man from Burfoot who was carrying cannabis. He was stopped by the patrol and he refused, and they shot at the individual. And they were two, and one of them died.
Who shot at the individual?
This is what I don't know. Who at the time, I cannot remember as at now, who were part of this patrol team.
But you know that a member of the patrol team shot at a civilian who was on a motorcycle allegedly carrying cannabis?
Yes.
Was this shooting reported to the police?
To the police, not to my knowledge.
Do you know whether any member of the patrol team was proceeded with according to law for
No.
this particular incident?
No,
As far as you're concerned, nothing was done.
nothing was done.
How did you come to know about this event? You were not present.
At the following day, we were briefed by the patrol, by the training instructor, because every time they are going on patrol, he is always with them. That was Francisco Casio.
What did he say about this incident?
He said yesterday Jongula is make a good job, as he speak in his English. Yesterday Jongula is make a good job. He's make a tototo. That means Jongula has fired and has killed.
Help us understand what was the mindset at this time. Was he happy simply because junglers have done what?
Very happy he was.
What made him happy? What made him happy? We're trying to understand the mindset of the junglers. What made him happy?
What made him happy was that the junglers has succeeded on their patrol, that they were searching for enemies and many abnormalities, and they find one, and they succeeded in killing that individual. Because Franciscan mentality was always killing.
Was that mentality transferred onto the junglers?
It was somehow, really.
Help us understand the mind of the jungler. What do you have in your mind as a jungler? What was put inside your heads as junglers?
The training entails preparedness at any given time.
To do what?
To protect or to fight against any aggression.
The guy on the motorcycle, was he aggressive?
He
towards
wasn't.
them? Why was the person killed?
Well, because he failed to stop. I think that is why, because I wasn't there.
But failing to stop, would that warrant losing one's life?
No, it isn't.
This training, were you encouraged to kill?
When the need arises.
And when would the need arise? Would it be when you are in imminent danger, or when you just think that killing would make you achieve your objective?
When we are in imminent danger.
Still, the person on the motorcycle running away did not pose any danger to the patrol team, did it?
Correct, he didn't.
Why was Francisco happy that they killed the person?
That was his mentality.
To kill. But what I want to drive at is, to what extent was this mentality of Francisco, kill, 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 to what extent was that mentality put into the heads of the junglers, the people he would train to be killers?
I would like to refer you back. If you may allow me how Francisco came.
Please go ahead.
That is, Francisco came into this country and he was welcomed by Tony Katoni. Tony Katoni welcomed Francisco in this country, but Francisco's agenda of coming to Gambia was something else.
What was it?
His mission was to come and kill the former head of state. He confirmed it to me.
Was he a paid assassin?
Well, I think so. But this is what he confirmed to me. Because the time he came, before Francisco get into this training of the junglers, Francisco was running a joint restaurant with this Tony Katoni.
Who is this Tony Katoni?
Tony Katoni was also an Italian. He used to sing then. He was the one who used to sing this: if you want a domoda, you marry a Mandiga wife, or if you want Mbahal, you marry a Jola wife.
Okay.
He was welcomed by this Tony Katoni.
Okay.
Tony Katoni knows Francisco's gender and his mission here. They joined a business restaurant.
Do you recall the name of the restaurant?
No, I have never been there, definitely.
Okay, and then proceed.
So in the running of this restaurant, what Francisco was a mafia. He used to take these small girls, niggas. He stand there with blood and take them to this man's house, Tony Katoni's house. When there were many, he told the NIA that Tony Katoni is fond of these virgining small girls. When the NIA went there, they find this evidence. This was how Tony Katoni was deported from the country.
What happened to the restaurant?
These are words from Francisco, is the one who is narrating this to me.
And what happened to the restaurant?
So Francisco continued with the restaurant.
Did he tell you what was his motive?
Before Tony Katoni was leaving this restaurant, when Francisco was coming, he came with 2 bottles of poisons that he said are not found in Africa. The name he gave those poisons were cholulo and strychnina. I think this may be Italian language, I don't know. I've never come across these words.
And what were those poisons for?
They were meant for killing.
At this stage, did you know who were his targets?
No, actually, at this stage, I didn't know.
Do you know how he came into contact with Jammeh and how he came to become a trainer for the junglers?
That is where I'm heading to, sir.
Please go ahead.
So, this Tony Katoni was to be deported. He knew that Tony Katoni, when he is deported, Tony Katoni is gone, but he will not be secure. According to him, he poisoned Tony Katoni with this poison called cholulo. According to him, when you poison somebody with that, he will die later of heart attack. And he said Tony Katoni died in Senegal of heart attack.
Well, it looks quite interesting. What did he do with all those bottles?
Well, he came with them. I don't know what
was that also part of the arsenal that was available to the junglers?
No.
Good. So
during the training of this jungler, he will just come and show you the bottle like this. But no jungler has ever even touched that bottle in my batch.
So after Tony Katoni died, what happened next?
So he came in contact with the late Almamo Mane, according to him, he said Almamo Mane was planning a coup d'etat, so they joined. He was with Almamo Mane in this coup d'etat. Almamo Mane took him to Yundum, that he was going to help them to manipulate weapons. I don't know how. So according to him, when he went there, he stole some rounds, pistol rounds, AK-47 rounds, that he tendered to the NIA as evidence that these people were planning, they were on a coup plot. So after the issue of Almamane has passed, then the then director of NIA was this Kujabi, Ablai Kujabi. He offered Ablai Kujabi that he can train a team that can protect the head of state.
At this stage, where was Almamo Mane?
And Almamo Mane was already dead.
So, what year was this?
I can't remember the year actually.
Almamo died around 2000.
Yes.
I believe. We would have to verify that date, but I believe around 2000. So at what stage did this person start the jungular training? But continue from where you left off.
So after that, that is the time when he was offered the training. He trained the first batch. It was just so few elements. And I think the authorities seized that the training was effective, and they went in for more men. That was our batch, that was around 30 men.
Some people say Francisco was a fraud. He was, in fact, never a soldier, but just a mere firefighter in Italy.
Well, that could be possible, I don't know.
Was he vetted?
Was he?
Vetted. Was his background investigated?
No, not to my knowledge.
So he just said he was an expert and he was believed?
Yes.
He showed you something in a veil and or in a vial, and then you concluded it was poison?
He said it.
But you accepted it? It was never verified?
I don't know. I have never seen such.
All right. So then he started the jungular training. First batch, they were satisfied. Then you belong to the second batch?
Second batch, yes.
Was there a third batch?
Yes, there was a third batch.
Of junglers?
Yes.
Do you recall who was in the third batch?
The third batch, Borakoli. I was among the instructors of that third batch.
So you were to be training some feature killers?
Well, yes.
And who were they? Borakoli,
Borakoli was part of it. Solo Bojan was part of it. Ablai Jaju was part of it. Michael Korea was part of it. Musa Baji was part of it. Landin Tamba was part of it. I think these are the people I can remember, fully remember anyway.
Are any of these individuals still serving in the army?
Yes, they are.
Like who?
Ablai Jaju is in the army.
Proceed. Tamba?
No, Tamba, he fled.
Tamba, he fled?
Yes.
Abdullah Jaju?
Yes, Abdullah Jaju is in the army.
We know that Borakoli and Solo Bojang are all at large.
At large, yes.
Good. And with regards to the second batch, we
Yes.
know Sol Baji and Umpamendi are at large.
Yes.
What happened to Lamin Sila?
Lamin Sila is in the army.
Mbarambub?
Barambu, he left the army long time.
Mohammed
Sambu, he's in America.
Sambu?
He's in America.
Buba Dabo?
Buba Dabo is in the army.
Baba Njai?
Baba? No, we don't have Baba Njai among us.
How about Solomon Tamba? Solomon Jame?
Solomon Jame, he's passed away.
And Ibrahim Asila?
Ibrahim Asila, no. We don't have Ibrahim Asila.
Okay. So after this jungular training, you were deployed to State House.
Yes.
This was in 2004, right?
Yes.
That you finished the training.
Yes.
But during this jungular training, there was also another incident of killing. Could you tell us about it?
That was a vehicle around the road going to Sleety. Also, the patrol team stopped a vehicle. It doesn't stop. They fire at it, and 2 people were killed.
Do you know whether that matter was reported to the police?
No, I didn't know.
Was any jungler arrested for that killing?
No, there wasn't any arrest.
So, you all were you not surprised that no police came to investigate?
I was surprised, of course.
How did Francisco react?
Well, he was just a normal person, happy.
Happy that
Because he was a mafia, according to him. He enjoyed killing. Anyway.
and his trainees also enjoyed killing, didn't
Not
they?
actually, because some have never went through killing, and
But those who killed, how were they treated? As heroes or as villains? As heroes or as criminals?
I didn't understand.
Those who killed,
Yes.
were they treated as heroes? Did they applaud them? Did they thank them?
At the time, I don't know who they were at the time, but whether they were tank or not tank, it was not up to my knowledge.
When Francisco came, how did he report the matter?
He said yesterday we have another incident that the junglers came across a vehicle that failed to stop, and they fire at it.
Did he say whether that was a good job or a bad job?
He said it was a good job to him.
So this is what junglers were expected to do?
Not actually. The junglers were purposely to be trained to secure the VIP. That was.
But nonetheless, this crime was not treated as a crime.
Yes.
After 2004, what happened to your career in the army?
After 2000,
after this jungler training,
I remained at the bodyguard unit.
did you have occasion to go out on a mission
I
in
went to
2005? No, in 2005, a jungler operation. Did you participate in an operation in 2005?
2005.
Yes, July
Yes,
2005.
I did.
Can you tell us about it?
That was these Ghanaians who they said were mercenaries.
Tell us what happened.
While I was on guard in Kanilai, the late Tumbul Tamba was the commander. He came to my guard commander, that was Adam Asedi. He told him that we need some personnel to help us for escort from Banjul to Kanilai. He pointed me, and there was this driver, Oya Jallow. He was the one driving one of the cars. So we drove to Banjul. It was me, Solo Bojang, Sana Manjang, Aliu Jeng, I think Malik Jata.
And then what happened?
We went to Banjul. We picked these Ghanaians. I think we used 2 vehicles. Because I made an error in my statement that we went twice, but it was once that we used these 2 vehicles, and we put these people behind the vehicles. They were sitting, facing the outskirts, and somebody will also come and sit in between your laps. That is how they were sitting. I think they were almost 30.
What do you say to the suggestion that Malik Jatta did not go to Banjul,
He went to Banjul.
that he and his group waited until the convoy arrived from near Kanilai and they all joined together to go to the bush? Is that possible?
No, that is not. We all went together. The time we were going, we have a briefing on the way that there is also a group that is in the same operation in Banjul, that Sanamanjan was the one giving that briefings. He named the personnel.
Who were the personnel he named?
He named Sajo Jaju, Lieutenant Colonel Sajo Jaju. He named Barrow. He named Musa Baji. He named Bombarde, Akausu Kamara, alias Bombarde. I think these are the people I can remember.
And what were that group said to be doing?
They were also picking these Ghanaians. But he didn't, he was not specific to what was to happen to these Ghanaians.
So where, your group, from where in Banjul did they pick the Ghanaians up?
It was in Banjul. It was, you see Coconut resident, Coconut resident, when you pass Coconut resident.
Yes.
There is a wide, when you turn on your right, there is this tall white building. It's where we picked them from. They were being secured by the paramilitaries.
PIU?
PIU, yes.
So you picked them up, you put them in 2 vehicles, correct?
Yes, correct.
You said about 30 of them.
Correct.
And tell us what happened after that.
We headed to Kanilai. We went to Kanilai. But, upon arrival, I see all these people that Sana Manjang named, except one. That was Lieutenant Colonel Jaju. If he was there, I didn't set my eyes on him.
Can you remind us who was there, who was present?
People I see with my eyes, I saw Bomba.
Who is Bomba? Who is Bomba?
Kausu Kamara.
Alias
Bomba.
Or Bombarde?
Bombarde, yes.
Okay. Who's 2?
I saw Barrow. I saw Musa Baji. I saw Landing Tamba.
Landing Tamba, where is he today?
He fled.
Who else?
I think these are the people I can remember, I saw.
How about members of the patrol team? Who did you see?
Members of I was with the members of the patrol team. That was this Sanamanjang, Solo Bojang, Malik Jatta, and Aliu Jeng.
Okay. How many government soldiers were present there? Was it just this group?
It was only this group.
Only this group. Let's list them again. Had Kausu Kamara, alias Bomba.
Yes.
Barrow.
Yes.
Musa Baji. Landing Tamba. Sanamanjang. Solo Bojang. Malik Jatta, Aliu Jeng, and your humble self.
Omar A. Jallow. Yes.
Omar A. Jallow. Right?
And only the driver who was Oya Jallow, he was a driver.
About 11 of you.
Yes.
And then what happened when you arrived?
When we drove to Kanilai, we went behind the fence of the former President Yaya Jammeh. We headed to Casamas.
Were you told what you were going to do?
At the time, no, until we arrived at the ground.
Where was this ground you were referring to? Was it in Gambia or in Casamas?
In Casamas. It was in Casamas.
Do you know the name of the village?
I used to know the name of the village, but now I forget.
Well, this is an investigation. When you remember the name of the village, you send us a note,
Okay.
and we would include it in the record. So tell us what happened
When we
you
arrive at this place, Solo stops. We all come down. Sanamanjang, Malik Jada, we are standing a distance where the well was. You will bring the person up to the well, they will fire at him, and he will fall into the well.
Before all that shooting, were you told what you were supposed to do?
Okay, when we arrive at the ground,
yes,
Solo said these people are mercenaries. The order from the head of state, the former president, Yaya Jammeh, is to they are all to be executed. And we start escorting them.
Did anybody oppose the idea?
No, and there was no. At the time, Solo was the senior man on the ground.
You all accepted the order?
Yes.
Tell us how the killings occurred.
We were transporting them one by one to the firing ground. Me and Aliu Jeng, Malik and Sana Manjang were standing there. When we take this person, they fire at him, he fall in the ditch. We come back for another. Until the last man, I took him up to the ditch. When we were going up to the, because since we picked them from here, I was investigating him, asking him whether they were, what they were alleged for, that they were mercenaries. But he said they were not mercenaries, they were people going to Europe. They were trying to...
They were backway boys.
Yes, they are backway boys. So on that, we were discussing until we reached at that point. So when I took this man up to the ditch, before we reached the ditch, he was having a note, 100 euro note. He gave it to me. He told me that it's not necessary for me to die with this. You are living, you may use it. You have been nice to me since we take off from Banjul. When we arrived, he asked me to give him, Sanamanyan told me, finish him. He asked me for me to allow him to say his prayers. I said, go ahead. He kneeled down to say his prayers. Then Sanamanja has already released the shot and fired him.
As far as you know, how many people did Malik Jata shoot at?
Well, I cannot actually tell how many, but I know that all of them were 30 in number, and we were just taking them randomly. When Jeng takes, I takes. When I take, Jeng takes. So, and there were two. When Jeng takes, Malik fire.
How many shooters were there?
2 shooters.
Who were those 2 shooters?
It was Malik Jada and Sanamanjang.
What if, in your statement, you said that some of the 15 people were handed over to Sanamanjang and Malik Manga?
No, not Malik Manga, it's Malik Jada.
So the Malik Manga in this statement, how would you explain that?
Malik Manga?
Yes.
It is Malik Jada.
So
maybe that may be an error.
So you're saying it's Malik Jata for certain?
For certain, yes.
In fact, at this stage, was Malik Manga deployed with the patrol team?
No.
So it's Malik Jata without doubt, you're referring to?
Without doubt, yes.
What if I tell you that Malik Jata denies shooting more than one person? What would you say to that?
That is incorrect. He didn't shoot one person.
Did he shoot 2?
More than 2.
5?
More than 5.
10?
Anyway, I don't know whether it's, but I know it is more than this, the number he said. I cannot exactly say how many people he shot.
What do you say to the suggestion that after the first shooting, Malik Jata went into the vehicle and sat there and refused to shoot anybody else?
That's not true.
How would you describe a statement by Malik Jatta that he shot only one person?
That's not true.
Do you think that is cover-up?
It seems as it's cover up.
Do you think he is trying to minimize his own involvement?
That's possible.
But you are certain, you are under oath,
I am under oath. I am certain of whatever I am saying.
that he shot
He shot
several people.
several people because he was standing at that point until the shooting was over.
And you were bringing them,
And I was bringing them.
and he was finishing them.
And he was shooting them, yes.
On this occasion, you said more than 30 were killed.
Obviously, yes.
One person escaped. Are you aware of that?
No, I didn't attend that operation. I heard him explaining about that operation. But the one I attend, that nobody escapes.
In fact, we have information that there were about 56 people involved. 8 were executed at the near Ghana town, Brufut,
Yes.
and the rest were executed in Kanilai or in Casamas, that particular area.
In the narration of Malik, his involvement in the missions, this one is the one he jumped.
So
His specific mission I'm talking of, he jumped off. He jumped this mission.
So
The
in
mission
fact,
where he shoot one person was that the next mission that they finished the rest of the Ghanaians.
so in fact, you saw your group did 2 missions. The first is the 30,
Yes.
and the second is the 15, which is what Malik talked about.
No. The one Malik talked about, I was not within that. I was not with that group. This was the only operation that I attended with Malik. That was this 30. It was my mistake that in giving the statement that we went 2 times. It was 2 vehicles that we carry all these 30 people at once.
And the second vehicle?
You know, in the statement,
I will read out the statement
Yes.
to you. Paragraph 4 reads as follows.
yes,
First, we took 15 people out of the lots to Kanilai and hand them over to Sana Manjang and Malik Jatta, who were the ones firing anytime we brought them near the well.
yes,
We returned back for the second trip, which was also 15 people, to Kanilai and handed them over to Sana Manjang and Malik Manga. The remaining people we left behind were executed by Kausu Kamara Bombarde, Barrow, Musa Baji, and Major Sergeant Jaju alias Hitler, and their dead bodies were later found at Ghana town in Brufut.
okay. What I want to rectify there is the issue of going with 2 vehicles. We went with 2 vehicles. You know, in the statement you read that we went for the first time and bring 15. Second, we bring 15. That was a mistake from me. All these 30 people were brought together at once.
Okay. So you have also corrected the issue of Malik Manga.
Yes.
You said it was not Malik Manga, it was Malik Jatta.
Jatta, yes.
So what I want to know is, with regards to the killing of these foreign nationals,
Yes.
how many operations were conducted in Kanilai?
I attended 1 operation. That is the one I explained. Malik did explain an operation which he didn't call me in. That was the second operation.
And you were not present in that second operation.
I was only present in the first operation.
So in essence, you're suggesting that Malik did not talk about the operation that you mentioned.
Yes.
So in essence, you're saying he participated in 2 operations.
Yes.
in the first operation in which he killed up to more than 5 people, that's the one you talked about.
Yes.
And the operation he talked about is the one in which he claimed to have killed just 1 person.
Yes. That one I was not within that operation. I don't know for certain how it goes.
The operation in which you you participated, nobody escaped.
Nobody escaped.
In fact, the last person who was meant to be spared by you was finished by who? The last person,
yes,
who gave you the 100 euros, what happened to him?
He was finished by Sanamanjang.
And what happened to the 100 euros?
I ate it.
It didn't bother you, did it?
Of course it do.
Yet still you spent it.
Yes, I did.
Your testimony is that you were told at the outset that Yaya Jammeh ordered the execution of these 30 people.
Correct.
You believed the person who told you that?
Yes, because he was my immediate commander. And I feel that if orders are to come, they will flow through the chain of command.
Do you know, or did you hear about these killings afterwards? Did you hear about it from the press?
Did I hear?
Did you receive any information about these killings in the press?
In the first?
Press. Newspaper. Newspapers.
Newspaper.
Or radio or... Did you hear about the killing of Ghanaians later?
Yeah, I did hear.
What did you hear?
As of now, I cannot remember what was said, definitely. Because it was a long time.
As far as you know, did the government come out to accept that they in fact killed these foreign nationals?
No, I didn't hear anything about that.
Was this killing freely discussed in the army?
No.
Why?
Because as in the army, what happens in the field stays in the field. It was not.
It was kept a secret.
I have never discussed with anybody about it. I don't know others.
It was kept a secret.
Yes.
After this particular operation in 2005,
yes,
what work did you do in the army? After this operation in 2005,
I remained at the bodyguard unit.
did you participate in any operations again?
Yes, before I left Kanila, yes, I do.
Which ones?
That was Aruna Jammeh, the operation of Aruna Jammeh.
Can you tell us what happened in that occasion?
Yes. Aruna Jammeh was arrested and he was detained at the NIA headquarters. Tumbul called me and said for me to join with Solo Bojang, Sana Manjang, Aliu Jeng to go and pick Aruna Jammeh from the NIA headquarters in Banjul. We went to the NIA headquarters. We went up to the gate. Solo was the driver. He horned, and Aruna came out.
Did he come out by himself?
He came out by himself, yes. I get down, he joined the vehicle, and I sit.
Was he sandwiched or?
Yeah, he was sandwiched.
Between who and who?
Between me and Jeng, Aliu Jeng.
And then what happened?
And we drove towards Kanilai. Along the road when we were going, because I knew Aruna well before, I used to seek a lot of assistance from him, particularly when I am in Kanilai. I used to eat in his house because I know the wife, Ami, is a relative to my mom-in-law. So he just hit me, where are we going? I said, we are going to Kanilai. So we proceed. We went up to this point, Kili, slope branch. The car, there is a back way that is going to Kanilai. So we went up in the bush. Up to a certain stage, he stopped. And he come down. Sanamanjam came down, bring out a rope, give it to Rosby and Jeng, that we should tie it at the neck of Aruna and fall him down. And we tied the rope at the neck. But at that time, I was not informed that this was the mission, that Aruna, we are getting Aruna killed. He didn't tell us. So we take the rope, we round it Aruna's neck. Jeng.
You thought that was for sport?
No, I didn't thought. I thought that was, maybe they were threatening him. So I took the one side of the rope. Jeng took one side of the rope.
And how was the knot tied? Was it tied to strangle?
The knots.
The rope?
No, it was not. It was just a long rope like this. And we rounded the neck, the other one cut the other half, the other one cut the other half. There was not anything like knot.
And what happened next?
And Sanamanjan told us to fall him down. We fall him down. He asked us to pull the rope. We pulled. Then he was just sitting on top of the car. He jumped from that place and stamped at the neck of Aruna. And he died. Yes, Council.
I'd have to take that again. All three of you killed him?
Yes, Council.
You used to eat at his house?
Yes, Council.
You were friends with him?
Yes, Council.
He helped you?
Yes, Council.
You executed him in cold blood?
Yes, Council.
What did you do with the body?
When we took the body to where the same well where these Ghanaians were killed, we took him to that well and threw him there. It's where we took him.
Did you discuss this matter in the army?
No, I didn't. But after the mission, when we left home, I went to see Solo. I told him, Solo, what is all about this? Because when we were going, nobody briefed me that this was what is to happen. And now it happened. He said that was the order. Didn't Tumbul tell me about it? He said, I told him no. The only thing.
Did he say who gave the order?
Yes, he did. He said it's an executive order from Yaya Jammeh. I said, why would Yaya Jammeh give these orders? He said, Aruna collided with Jasacha, a native of Dobong. They killed Yaya Jammeh's storekeeper. When they killed Yaya Jammeh's storekeeper, they were seen by Yaya Jammeh's shepherd. And they killed that person as well.
Did those people die?
Well, I don't know
about
about those.
The storekeeper and the shepherd?
I don't know about those people because I have never heard about it until at that day he told me. So, I pushed and pulled with him. I said, you didn't inform me that this was the mission. What Tumbulu told me was, you are going to NIA to bring Aruna from Banjul to here. We push and pull until we reach at Tumbul. So Tumbul told me, yes, I was the one who should have informed you that this was the mission.
What do you say to the suggestion that Aliu Jeng did not leave the car?
Did not
leave the car?
Of course he left the car. He hold one side of the rope and I do hold one side of the rope. And we pulled until we get Aruna on the ground. He was lying like this. Of course, he participated. He was not in the car. The only one who was left in the car was the senior man. That was Solo Bojang.
After you guys killed Haruna, which other mission did you participate in?
From there, the other mission they invited me. At the third day, Sanamanjang called me and said that today they are going for Jasaja.
So, the day, 3 days after Haruna Jammeh,
yes,
you went for Jasaja.
I didn't go for Jasaja. I didn't go.
Yes. So tell us what happened.
When Sanamanjang tell me, I said okay. So in that evening, I told my guard commander, Adam Asedi, that if these people ask me, tell them that I have emergency. I off my mobile. I went into Kanilai. I went in for hiding until I saw their vehicle passing, going towards Jasada. The following day, Sanamanjan told me, about yesterday we just searched for you, we didn't see you. I told him, oh, I have emergency. My brother's wife, I give excuse. That is why you didn't see me.
Did they tell you what happened in your absence?
And he told me that we went for Jasaja, and we have taken, and he said, I have taken him to my well.
And what do you understand that to mean?
That he has killed Jasaja and he has taken him to the well where we throw Aruna.
And have you ever participated in any torture operations?
Yes, I did.
Can you tell us which one?
Imam Babalo, is
Babali?
Imam Babali, Imam Bakauzu. There was this Marabot, I don't know what, he was a Marabot, something of that nature. He used to gather the Talibans to go to people and learn the Quran, so you give him something. I don't know his name. He alleged General Baji that General Baji was ready to coup d'etat, to make a coup plot. And that person, the last 38 coup plotters.
30 December.
Yes, this Lieutenant Colonel Sergio Jaju, alias Hitler, Lieutenant Amadou Sow, and another captain from the training school. I can't remember his name. And there was also another man, I cannot remember who this man was. I have attended these 5 tortures at the NIA.
These were all different incidents, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, let's take them one by one. Imam Babali.
He was the first person, yes.
Was he alone when he was tortured?
Yes, he was alone.
Can you tell us what happened?
Well, he was brought, the then DG of NIA, this what we call Yankuba Baji, was sitting, and the deputy Liz was also sitting. They brought in Baba Lee, and they start asking him questions.
Do you recall about what?
No, I cannot recall definitely. So that is after Noah was also there, and Noah ordered us to torture him. And we tortured him.
Can you tell us what you did to him?
We beat him.
With what?
It sticks, some pipes. In fact, after that, I think he spoke whether on an audio, but he was able to remember my name as Oya and Fansu Nyabali. I didn't listen to the audio, but somebody tell me.
But you confirmed that you tortured him?
Yeah, I do.
Did you see any injuries he sustained during the torture?
Well, it's possible. I didn't put my mind on that. It's possible. Because some were using sticks, some were using these elastic pipes.
Did you see any blood on him?
Blood, yes, at the back.
Bruises?
Bruises, yes.
For how long was he tortured?
Well, it must be, if my memory serves me well, it must be half an hour maybe. My memory serves me well.
How many of you?
I was there. Oya Jallow, Amadou Badji, Pasane, Segu Bajaju, Suleiman Sambu, Malik Manga, Fansu Nyabali, Mustafa Sane, Michael Jata, sorry, it's Michael Jata, Captain Ramu Modou Badji, alias Rambo.
Momadou
Jaju, sorry, alias Rambo. And Noah Badji.
Was that the only time you participated in torturing him?
No, all these people I named on him. Yeah,
was he tortured only once or on several occasions?
Anyway, I only attended once.
And how about Bakausu? Do you recall the date?
Definitely, I can't. I don't recall the date.
How about Bakausu, Fofana?
I participated.
Can you tell us about that one?
Bakausu also the same people I named here. We are all together. He was brought, and Mustafa. I think Mustafa was the one asking him questions that pertaining to, I don't know, a Kutubo, or I don't know what he said, that he insulted, I don't know which tribe. I can't remember whether the Jolas or something of that nature. That was what Mustafa Sane was asking him about. And Noah was there. And Noah gave the order for us to torture him.
And what happened to him?
We did torture him.
For how long?
No, I can't remember definitely.
Was he injured?
Possible. I don't observe that. Possible he was injured.
How was he reacting when he was being tortured?
He was citing the Holy Quran. There was a verse he was citing in the Holy Quran. I can't remember the verse.
Was he crying?
Yeah, he was.
The other imam that was tortured, the guy, the short one, the
yes.
guy who used to do the recitation of the Quran.
Quran, yes.
Tell us about that one.
The DG was there.
DG NIA?
Yes.
And who else?
All these people I named here were all there.
Let's get the names again. Fansu Nyabali, Amadou Badji, Pasane, Sehuba Jaju,
yes.
Suleiman Sambu, Michael Jata,
yes.
Fansu Nyabali,
yes.
and Malik Manga.
Yes, and Oya Jallow, myself.
Yes. So this was...
Noah, do you have Noah Badji?
Noah Badji.
Yes.
So It's the same group that participated in all these 3 tortures.
Yes.
Apart from this, now you've talked about the killing of Haruna Kujabi.
Jammeh.
Haruna Jammeh, sorry, I beg your pardon. Haruna Jammeh. You've talked about the killing of Ghanaians, and you witnessed the killing of over 30 Ghanaians.
Yes.
And now you talk about the torture of 3 individuals.
Yes.
Perhaps, Mr. Chair, we...
Yo, mbadi mo mbele ya mo Oya Jallow info. Atrocities that they've engaged in. Barrow, we now believe is a replica of Jammeh's administration. Moli alon ko le faro ke Jammeh. Ibe tamaka nyimbanko kanjani. Ibe tela hajo they are going on their normal business. Moli alon ko le sunyaro ke Yaya Jammeh jang. Moli alon ko tajiri yake Yaya Jammeh jang. Hanim imam molu physically torture, but mentally they went after people in their respective houses. Kabula mol no mela kordal kono ke tol safe ko ibe wida endila nyimbanko kan ni jambo winter in 2016. Ya kata ka Jammeh ke mansati nyimbanko kanja ye ko be kata lamin kuin Jammeh wol sifal. Fa ba kadi jombo tombo njata woli atrocities mun yalan ko wol commit in this country. Be wolle be Adam Barrow bale be doko ke kangai. Gambians really feeling the pain that victims of Jammeh are going through. Fomoli be hakilo murundi kanne kol muri yalon ko le keta nyimmo la muri yalon ko ye wolle lipa Jammeh la masakunda kono ye soron Jammeh la masakunda kono ye fa Jammeh la masakunda ye molu wuda e ndi nyimbanko kan sanji tan nim feng sanji muang Jammeh la masakunda kono mbadi mol mbali dani lan telebe mu banko di ngoleti alinga kacha hakilo la alinga nyo hakilo bondi Oya Jallow wol muli diamuta ye munke nyimbanko kay wole sata andi ye munke ma kende make ye molle lipa ye molle fa ye nielle ta nyimbanko ka. There is no civilized country in this world, no matter how democratic it is, you don't mix murderers with mol mulialonko. They are ordinary people. Mol mulialonko e kam molle fa tilimbali yakan ibike bula society kono wo nyama. After killing dozens of Gambians, Leo molle bula bi be tamakan silokan. And Adam Barrow's government still think they are not still competent or willing to do what they have done to people that they have killed, tortured. Look, Barrow administration, I think Gambians have to now come out plainly ngana dissatisfaction o itandi. Mo jamal be diamka. Mo jama ba wole be diamka. Banko dingol torata, banko dingol batata. Banko dingol mantorata Adam Barrow ila masakunda kono. All you care about political jamal be bonda UDP mumbe na NPP. That is all Adam cares. Jamal be bonda UDP aina NPP. Bini ko pama ne ka bondi UDP. I say NPP dingol je ye boring ha fenka mo ba afele inta fenkata atunka da jana afela fenkata tan bini ko Ismaila Yasin ka bondi UDP ha mo ba afela fenkata tan banko dingol konko bela bari NPP dingol nyamantal lori woka Adam Barrow nyamantal lori woka Adam Barrow munebe kera fo NPP ye balu wala matila priority ti nyimbanko kanya Adam e mamma banko di la political party ya balundi ye banko di le pour banko dingol balundi ye banko di le pour banko dingol tanka ye banko di le pour banko dingol horma ye bunya nim fota nyimbele woto ila siyo na fatal. Every government institution be collapse kan nyimbanko kanya gamtel bi pour ala mol fangol joka ke problème oti ala ma banko dingol horma ye bunya nteli me sindi pour ye ke millionnaire nteli bon muru foire ha kono nge sindi le pour ye do ko ke banko ye yemu nyininka yemu ikamu request mbulu ngadila we are giving you every privilege bari tele mol muta mo furi ngoti yem muta mo kalantangoti parce que yenje nyame ne kam bara wala fana nyama de fara boye nyame na ke bara wala nyama ngam fanke adama e mutabe mutala wolti banko di wala nga wuli ali nga diamu na jarta mun na e woke wala weke bari banko di wuli nyante fanjela adam baro la maralo konol banko be kole yarim baki mo fala be siaring wato wati samo e ko e karlefa wato wati tilikilim fula saba nani jango doro ye mo fa nyundula kar tilikilim fula saba nani jango samo ye mo fa indula kar Gambia manke Amerikati ba domandin nin America la daily moda case bena kanyan muna be kering nyimbanko kanja abe kunta muna kono criminality mu yalon ka be kering hard drug mu yalon ka be circulate kan na banko kanja ale mo falal bule be tamaka nyimbanko ka. You want the country to be in peace mo kilin kana tulu nyola mbe mo kilin mutala tonto wala Adam Baroti Adam Baro manke mansati Adam Barrow mu president wolde andum president mo le ka elect ala la mansaba ya kola to mum be tuta be mu hadama di ngotalti ne mo mum malla wala ile ka tuli famalla hana Adam Barrow yen telefa nkatala min tabe tarajel nana tan si konti boki nde believe ta wala I am not here, I am not born to look in the eye of anyone pour ngamal nga tonya foy because ngalo no tonyale ben tele sabateni la tonyale ben sambala andum tonyale ben sambala nyantata la damento andum tonyale fana be laban ana madi mo ikalla ban ko mun folo wala ni yake do be ka bol tento ni ngero bala tel mon kala ma nal badi ma pamane ala barka ba jalla na mo kunyi mala